Hi, I'm Kyle Stone, and this is my new Snowmobile Evaluation. Well, this isn't it, because before I get into that, I wanted to explain why I chose it out of the hundreds of choices that are out there today. I've been around snowmobiles my whole life. When I was 11, my father bought his first brand new snowmobile, a 1989 Polaris Indy 500. That sled was a revolutionary game changer. I remember everything about it: the sound, the smell, the power, the amazing ride, and the fun. I still love those old sleds that take me back, so when it finally became time to buy my first new snowmobile, I knew I wanted something fun and versatile, something revolutionary and unique that would make me feel the same excitement that the Indy 500 and this XCR 800 made me feel. Well, I found it. This is a 2017 Polaris Pro-X 800 Switchback in Velocity Blue with blue spindles and blue rails. It debuted in the Axis chassis in 2015 with the Pro-XC rear suspension. It's got Walker Evans piggyback shocks all around. It's got the 1.35-inch Cobra track, and it's got the 800 HO clean fire engine. Now, Polaris says this sled is for riders who want ultimate big bump control, who predominantly stand up, and who need to dominate ditches and moguls. While that's true, I think they're selling it a bit short, and here's why. The best thing about this sled is the added ride height and suspension. It sits higher than the Pro S, and I prefer that for riding in all conditions. It's the difference between driving a trophy truck and a sports car. And since we're talking about driving through snow here, I'll take the trophy truck all day. The height makes it so much easier to pick lines, and with the rider balance control design, you can easily control the ski pressure and turns with both your body weight and the throttle. It is a riot to drive. It gives you a lot of feedback. You know where your balance is at all times, and it's very predictable. In the biggest whoops you can find, you can just pin the throttle, put your weight back, and glide right over the top. And the added clearance makes a big difference in the deep snow also. It's not a mountain sled, but it'll keep up and then some. The ergonomics are about as close to perfect as they could be. It's a comfortable seated riding position for all-day rides, and you can easily switch to a standing position for long periods of time, and it's also extremely comfortable right out of the box. The seat is narrow. Some other sleds have a very wide seat, and I find the narrow seat makes a big difference, and it really helps to ride aggressively and in rough terrain. The power. The engine lives up to the height. It's as smooth as silk and as crisp as Arctic air. At low RPM, it's confident, no surging, well controlled, and as soon as you squeeze it, the power is instant, linear, and strong. It will sit you back in the seat. You better be holding on. Now, because of the height, it's a little tippy compared to a planted trail machine. And this might be a deal breaker for some people. And while there's lots you can do to counteract this, there's got to be a solution right from the factory, like how about a snow check option to add a sway bar? With the mid-rise windshield, the handlebars can get a little bit cold in low temperatures. While it generally has good wind deflection, it's a bit lacking right where your hands are. Plus, the handlebar warmers are just not up to the task when it's cold and windy. I feel that this could be an easy fix with a small mod to the windshield design, better handlebar warmers. Since this is a snow check only sled and each one's made to order, it would be nice to see some extra customizing options that really set it apart from the rest of the pack. Like unique color schemes, maybe even wraps, or the choice to make more parts of the sled the same color. Pro-X owners love that this is a limited edition sled, so this would really provide a lot of extra value to new buyers. Now, I know there are a lot of other options out there for aggressive trail riding and 50-50 on and off trail riding. Well, there's still a market right in the middle of that for people who want a radical fun sled on the trails, want to be able to do a 200-mile day, and who still want a capable sled off trail that they can launch off a jump here and there. And I'm here to tell you, this is it. My wife is due with our first child, a boy, in a few months. When it comes time, I want him to experience snowmobiling the same way that I did all those years ago, with a sled that really has something special over all the rest. And while there are a lot of other choices out there, they just don't have the X factor.